Like,
to
show us your abs.
Yeah. Like for a long
Okay,
time, people was
okay.
like unfollowing me because they was just like, we want to see booty.
Oh,
We don't want to
wow.
hear this.
Okay.
Wow.
It made room, like all the trash people left, and then like a bunch of like people who just wanted to hear the music started following me. So it's like it's all like leveled out now, and it's like people know me for music instead of
It's a
Instagram
blessing.
modeling. Yeah, it's such a blessing. So the Take a Chance stripped video, the reason we made it like that was because a lot of times my friends will tell me, like Phil Wade, he'll tell me like, because he's so funny, he's like, you know, you're a really funny person. Like just as your friend, I think you don't show that enough online. And for me, I was just like, I don't like forced stuff. So like to have my phone out, like talking to it is weird to me.
Yeah.
So I was like, let me do it in my art, right? So like with that video, I was like, it's a strip song. It's a real song. Let's just like take some of my favorite moments in my phone and like, you know, some of the moments that Riot Muse, like my creative collaborator, that she has, and let's just piece them together and let's present this to people and kind of just like give them like almost like a day in the life on my journey, you know?
Yeah.
So that's why we shot it like that. So it's shot by both of us. It's like shot on iPhone and on a camcorder and
Oh, that's not bad.
like that.
And it feels funny. So if Phil say you funny, you funny.
I'm glad. Yeah, I'm
Good.
glad that Phil thinks I'm funny. So
And this one, you said this was after Isaiah Carey.
it was right after the green shot in the flat. We had just left Isaiah Carey show, and it went really well. And so I was like, let's go to the flat and let's get drunk.
Make a video.
And on that video, what I was dancing to was, you know, the Anderson. Like, first of all, as soon as we walked in and got our drink, like literally, I walked in, got my drink, and then like as I'm putting my hand on my drink, I hear doom, doom, voila. You know the "Am I wrong to assume?"
Oh, Anderson Paak.
And she can't dance.
Yeah.
That she can't. Ooh, and I was like, y'all, this is destiny. I'm supposed to be here. So I just like started. Like I danced so hard to that song. I remember I had on like some tights under my little green number. My tights started ripping. It was so much fun at the flat that night. I love
You
the
had
flat.
a good night. It was a good 24 hours. You went and wrecked it on the stage, and you had to come back and you just wrecked it in your personal
You
life.
know what I'm saying? Don't say Rick though, because you know we got to drive home. So
Oh, well, yeah.
I got in a
Of
bad
course.
wreck last year.
No.
Y'all didn't know about that?
No, what
I
happened
did
with
not.
that? Tell us about.
I'm so ashamed. So I got in a bad wreck. There were no other cars involved.
Ooh.
I fell asleep at the wheel
Oh.
after a Slim Thug pool party.
Okay.
So really what happened was nobody was swimming at the party. Everybody was just
It
like
was a Slim Thug pool party.
right. They was just standing around like the Big Pimpin' Jay-Z video.
I
And I was
I love my people. I do.
They
but
was.
we do like to get dressed up and stand
by the
the pool.
So I brought my
Except for that
friends.
one girl that jumps in and then everybody talks about her. So,
Well, it wasn't just me. Me and my friends jumped in.
okay.
Oh, so
And
you
we-
were the
you were the girl.
You were the girl.
I was the
Okay.
girl.
You got talked
but it was like
about.
the end of the night.
Yeah.
And we were like, nah, y'all, we was
I was like, man, we at the pool. We
we
getting
was
in the
racing
pool.
at one point. Like we
Okay.
was racing. So
that's what's
after
up.
that, we was tired. So I dropped a few of my friends off home, and then I went home and we changed, me and my other friend, and we were like, let's go get something to eat and then, you know, go back home. Child, on the way back from eating, and I know why it happened too. It was because where I decided to eat.
Where'd you eat? I want to know.
Chachos?
Yes!
I
Yeah,
knew she was
I know
going to say
Chachos.
nachos.
I went to
What'd you get?
Chacho's.
What'd you
What'd
get,
you
the
get?
nachos?
It was a burrito.
No, I got a breakfast taco.
Breakfast taco.
Yeah, I got two breakfast
big one.
tacos.
Two Them things
Two
is
breakfast
huge.
tacos.
So I parked and ate it, and then I'm like driving home on
The one on the
Alameda.
south side?
The one off 610.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the only one that really
Yeah,
matters.
the
That's
only one that matters.
The only one
That's
that
the one
matters.
that we're
So I'm
near.
driving home. I get to like Alameda and like airport, and I don't even know. Like I hit that ditch, and the truck flipped, and it was bad. And like I remember OnStar called the police immediately, and like they got there and stuff, and they had to like pull us through the sunroof because the doors were jammed. So I like fractured my spine, and my lungs collapsed, and
Oh my goodness.
my eye was like buzzed. I had to get stitches in my elbow. It was bad. But tell me why that happened like Saturday night, Sunday morning. I was at Essence Fest on Thursday because I was like, listen,
With the
I got
collapsed
things
lungs?
to do. I had a
With
back
that-
brace on, yeah. And shades. Let me tell you what I did. I had on like aviator shades, and then every outfit I had to change all my outfits because I had got styled specifically for Essence. I was sick, y'all. My fitting, I was working out so hard because like I was about to serve the girls and the boys some looks. I had looks for days for y'all asses.
Trying to kill it, yo.
But
did
then
they
I
fit
almost
the
killed
brace?
myself. So.
I'm about to say, did they fit the back brace
You
and
know,
everything?
so we couldn't go that route, needless
Okay.
to say. So first of all, everybody was like, please stay home. Like, look at you. Just look at you. Look at you, now look at you. So I just like, I changed all my attire to like black.
Yeah.
And I just would put it on and like some aviators and like some combat boots.
Yeah.
And it just looked like, a lot of people thought it was just like a Rhythm Nation type of,
He's going the whole Janet Jackson route.
you know? But then, you know, in New Orleans, some people would look a little longer and be like, that's it. One dude, he asked me, the hotel bell dude, he was like, that's a baby carrier? I was like, no, it's not a baby carrier.
That's a good
Like
accent.
it's a back brace.
You know, that's the only accent I can do pretty well is a New Orleans accent because I lived there. But he thought it was
I lived
that.
there too. I can't do a New Orleans accent.
Really?
I was there for 5 years.
We
For real?
College.
Can't do no
What
accent.
college you went to?
Xavier.
Okay. My
Yeah.
mom went to Xavier. Yeah, so a lot of people thought that it was like a fashion statement. Like, I remember Ro James at this Spotify event, he was like, where you get that? And he was like, wait, that's orthopedic? I'm like, yeah, it's orthopedic.
Wow.
So
You should have started making stuff up. Gucci.
Yeah, exactly.
I got
I
it's a
had this
Gucci
He'll be
brace.
like, give me one. He'll
It's
be
a
like,
Gucci
I'll
brace.
keep you in mind,
I'll
Ro
keep you in mind. I'll
James.
see if they
Yeah.
trying to. They
he
still
told
working
me
on
I
it.
should have started a back brace line.
You should have.
Yeah.
I should have, but I
Now
missed
wait a
the
minute.
mark
Wait a
on that.
minute. You were performing and working out there.
I didn't perform.
Okay.
I did not perform.
Okay. So what was going on at Essence that year that you're like, yo,
I had to go.
I gotta go.
Them events.
You
Them
were
events.
just like, yo.
I could have performed, but I really didn't feel comfortable because my
Damn, I
lungs
thought you was
collapsed.
your lungs
performing.
was
When you
tough.
said you was serving up looks, I was like, yo, you was getting on the stage.
Because I couldn't.
Nah, you was
yeah,
just
I couldn't.
she
stunned.
couldn't
I
do it.
couldn't do it. My
You
lungs
came to
was
stunt.
collapsed.
So wait, we get, and this is just because I just don't know. When your lungs collapse, I'm just like, what they do? They just
They was
all I'm
tired.
picturing is somebody just blowing air into you and blowing up your lungs. But I know that's not medical, and now I feel bad because I feel like I'm shaming Xavier
medical
University.
community, yeah.
But I'm not a doctor. Y'all, you know what I'm saying? I ain't going to
You're
medical school. No. So how does they reinflated your lungs? Like what happens? Do they just gotta wait? They just gotta you'll get back together? Like how's it work?
Well, there's like this, dang, I don't even know the name of it anymore, but there's like this little plastic tool thing, and you have to like blow into the machine, and then dang, I feel so bad trying to explain this because I'm doing a terrible job. But it's like, imagine like a plastic thing, and it has like numbers
you're
on it.
talking
You know what I'm talking about? And then like as you blow air into it, it's gonna
It
like
goes
rise
up?
up,
Yeah.
and you
Okay.
want to get it to a certain level.
Oh, so they're like today you need to get it to a 3.
Right.
Or something like okay.
But like my lungs was like shot. So I was like, I don't think I can sing, you know? But
Sorry.
I still felt like something in me is telling me I still need to go to Essence because it was like so many events going on too.
Yeah.
Plus, you don't want to sit there and be depressed about
No,
what
and
happened,
that's the
so
thing.
that's
A lot of
good.
people were upset with me about going. Namely, my best friend. She was mad. She didn't want to talk to me. She was just like, "You need to stay home." But
Have y'all made up now?
yeah,
Okay.
but I was so happy I went because for one, like I feel like I expedited my healing process because when
Yeah.
you're just like laying in the bed, like you're just like it's depressing.
body
Your
just
body
kinda
is like
sits.
stiff.
Yeah.
I was forced to move around. I really didn't do that much. Like I went to like an event a day. So I was in the hotel and then I would get up, maybe get some breakfast, maybe go like to an event, and then I would go lay back down.
Yeah.
So I wasn't doing too much, but I was still at Essence, you know? And then the other thing is like, I'm gonna be real with y'all. Met a lot of cool people there too.
Yeah.
And my back brace was a talking piece. Like it ended up being like a conversational piece.
Yeah.
Like because people were asking me about it. So
So
Yeah,
you're
'cause
like
you
this
showed
worked
up.
out
You was
well.
like, I'm
my
not
back
gonna
brace
not
was
be
like
here.
a business card for me. It was
Yeah.
just like, hey, what's your story?
Yeah.
What happened to you? But I had my shades on the whole time because when I took it off, I looked like what's the dude from Friday? my grandmama gave me this chain. That's
Oh,
what my eye looked like.
Golly.
I
Man.
promise. It was like,
Really?
you know, in a vessel bus, so it's red,
Yeah.
and then it's like black around here.
So you just have to keep the
You look
shades
like,
on.
It looked
look
like somebody-
Martin after Tommy the Hitman Hearns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. If
Wow.
I took my glasses off, like people would
like,
probably think like
"Oh."
somebody beat my ass.
Oh, that's
Damn.
what it is.
It was
like
bad.
Tina Turner.
You gotta
Shit.
But
start
you
talking
couldn't
like,
tell when
walk to a
you
door.
had the whole look. The aviators with the black unit and the back brace and the combat boots.
Now, what your mom say about
back
you going to
brace and the
Essence?
combat
Was she
boots.
You know
pro
what?
Essence or against Essence?
She didn't mind.
Okay, so see, mom is right again. Mom is
Yeah.
batting 1,000. She's
Mom,
like,
yeah,
it's
mom
good,
was
it's
like,
cool.
well, you know your body best. You know your
You
body
know your body
best.
best.
So,
Now,
you know, if you want to go.
since you are okay and everything is great, now you're healed up.
Mm-hmm.
Before the accident, as you were falling asleep,
Mm-hmm.
best sleep of your life, wasn't it?
You out of control.
I'm just
Yeah.
saying.
I
I'm just
don't
saying,
remember.
Anytime
I don't feel like
that
I
I
went to
have,
sleep.
anytime you're driving and you kind of doze off for a second.
No, that was
It's
the
the-
worst sleep.
it's the best.
That was some expensive sleep.
That's some
Oh, of
expensive-
course,
And some
afterwards.
expensive-
Right.
But that
Expensive
brief
cha-cha.
I
second,
really don't remember.
that's why I was like, yo, I just got to pull over and just lay down.
I really don't remember falling asleep. I
Really?
promise. I really don't. But I remember the exact feeling when I hit that ditch. Like, I remember my teeth just clamped together all
Oh, my
hard.
goodness.
It was like,
What were
like,
you driving?
it was
What
hard.
truck?
A Suburban. I was driving my mom's truck, y'all.
You know
They
what? That's
got
probably
you
for the
in the
best.
Suburban,
Yeah,
too.
if I was, because
That's
they told
probably
me
for
if
the
I was,
best, too.
because I
Yeah.
nose dove.
Yeah, if you had been in
Okay.
any
If
other
If I
car.
was in my Jeep, they said that because it's shorter,
Oh, yeah, Jeeps.
Yeah.
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 So
the
cars,
airbags
I
didn't
know,
deploy.
Really? Oh, now I got to go check my airbags. Now I'm worried.
Right, you want to check them because it was crazy.
I'm worried about everything now. Somebody tried to break into they broke into my car the other day, but they didn't. They didn't crack the glass. And at first I was like, cool. They tried. You could see it on both sides. They couldn't get through. And I'm talking to the people for the insurance, and they're like, oh, yeah, it's real difficult to break the glass on these cars. And I'm like, oh, cool. But then I was like, man, what if my car goes underwater? How am I going to get out?
You should have that
Right.
thing.
I got to get that. But the thing didn't work. He couldn't get in my car with the thing.
We gotta make
I'm
sure
sure
these
you can
things
get
work.
out, but you know what?
I got to go to the back
Know what to
seat,
get
crack
you
the
for your
glass.
birthday. Ha ha.
Thank you.
Ding,
Give me
ding,
give me a
ding.
glass breaker.
Yeah.
Thank you. I can't be. That's all I'll be worried about. Little stuff like
I
that.
can't be.
know.
I can't have you die because it's gonna be half the podcast. And I kind of need you.
It'd
for
be
that.
real difficult. What would you do afterwards?
I replacement.
You
I'd
just
have
keep
going?
yeah.
Who
He
would
lying.
replace me?
Sheldon, Todd,
God damn it,
Tubo,
Don't rattle off a list. Don't do him.
Randall, my boy.
Okay, that's great.
You just said all these names,
That's
but you ain't
great.
say the most obvious name.
You?
Simply Lenora.
Oh wow! Simply Lenora.
Simply.
That's cool.
Simply.
That's cool.
Simply.
Simply.
She did it again.
Simply.
Hitting with these dad
You know what?
jokes.
That's real cool.
She's
That's
batting
cool.
1,000 on these jokes.
And my whole thing is, if you passed away, I just keep the podcast going, but it just be me. Like that's it. I don't know. Is that an
See?
ego thing? I wouldn't even replace you. I put a sign up.
Y'all can't even.
I
have
said
this
I would
no
replace
more.
you
I
out
put a
of-
sign up. I would do a thing.
Yeah, he could.
Where I faded him out,
Nah.
like Back to the Future.
he could keep it.
Oh, I just fade him out slowly in the background. They'd be like, oh,
I was
okay.
being nice. I could do a one-man show. We know I can.
Okay,
But,
okay.
we would both keep each other there because that's just money right there. You'd be like, we got to support in my humble opinion. And God bless that, my brother who passed away and blah, blah, blah and all that. You just get avenue.
I'm glad you have the speech
I
ready.
can't believe y'all doing this right now.
I'm glad you got the speech already. Oh, mom is gonna talk to you later. All right.
And
Like,
Dad.
I don't like. No, my dad won't care.
No.
Your
won't
mom will be
care?
like, I don't like that.
She takes jokes literally.
Don't play like
I
that.
literally, I want to tell you, when we came over here, she was telling me about some jokes I told her the other day when we went out. And she was like, took them too literal. And then she was like, because, I get on the podcast, I go, black and ugly as ever. And she goes, I don't know why you have to say that. You're a handsome. I said, Brenda, these are like jokes.
First of all, you're like, it's
She
a
don't like
Biggie
that.
verse. Second
Yeah.
of all, I don't think I'm ugly. And
Yeah.
third of all, she's like,
She goes, is that an ego thing? I go, is she really telling me about me having low self-esteem when
Bruh.
clearly I have a huge I was like,
Yo,
all
that's
right,
hilarious.
Brenda.
That's so funny.
You're
That's
right.
hilarious.
I love you to death, Mom.
I'm sorry, mom. He be crying in his room. So I'm
I do.
black and
Brenda.
ugly as
I
hell,
do.
boy.
I'll be like, why?
Oh my God.
Okay, so back to
That was good. I like that
that
departure.
was the segue. So after your lungs are inflated, you're back, you add essence. You made a lot more connections. You come back. So what's the plans now? Because now you're releasing stuff. You also have like a real cool 70s like black exploitation vibe. Like it's a movie. What's going on?
Looking like a female Lionel Richie and a lot of. I'm like, wow.
You are out of control.
Female
You really
Lionel
just
Richie?
flamed me though.
No.
It's
It
the
was
hair.
100.
It's the hair.
It was 100.
Hello.
No, you were standing in front of that old stereo. You had on a button-up shirt. You had on some jean bell bottoms
my God.
with the big square
I
glasses.
know exactly what you're talking about. I was at KCOH.
We seen you in the streets though. You still would have them squares. So I was like, yo,
That
who is this person?
Funny. Who is this person? Okay, yeah. So after my lungs was inflated again, I think that was around the time last year? Yeah, I released H2O in August. And then after that, released some other music this year. So I think at that time last year, I was just releasing and prepping, really.
Okay.
Because I had to prep for this ranch I was going to put out on, today.
The ranch.
So, the ranch.
Okay.
So what's funny is I have this thing to where, like, everybody knows me, and my mom knows this too, that I do naturally have sort of this 70s aesthetic or whatever. I don't do it on purpose. It's just, like I said, it's what I like. But I do not like when people, like, I usually work with, not a whole lot of people in terms of styling, photography, stuff like that. But I do not like when people make it literal and they just put me in like a 70s costume,
Okay.
So usually if it is something like that, like if it's a feeling that's like a blaxploitation feeling or something like that, it's specific for like a certain project.
Yeah.
And it's just whatever the music calls for, So like Relax, obviously, Beans and Cornbread. Okay, let's back up. So this year I had put out the stripped version of Take a Chance that we played, the acoustic version. And so I was still like, I had other songs, but I was like, this ain't it. I know what I want, but like, let me see, how I'm going to get that. So I was working with different people. And I went to LA. And, well, before I went to LA, I was in the studio with Beans and Cornbread. Really Cornbread. Beans was on tour. Beans always on tour. I was in the studio with Cornbread, and he was playing some stuff that, like, he was like, that I can kind of hear you on. But he was like, I really want to cook up from scratch for you. Get it? Beans and Cornbread.
Beans and Cornbread. Cooking up cornbread. Scratch. I got you.
Okay. All right. I'm sorry. Sorry. I can't help it.
We got to get a rim shot.
6 for 6.
So
6 for 6.
They played that track. He did. And I was like, yo, can you send me that, like, now? Like, I need to do something with this track for what is now Relax, my ranch. So I ended up going to L.A. and meeting a producer that I'm working on my album with now, a different producer. But that was my first time being there with him. And it sucked because that was, like, the one time in L.A. where it just rained and rained and rained nonstop for, like, weeks. Wow. So, like, LA is, like, not equipped for rain like that.
Not
so the studio
Tony live.
Yeah, the studio I was supposed to be working out of.
Sometimes rains in Southern California.
Sometimes it rains. Okay. The studio I was working out of got flooded.
Oh, man.
And so we could only work, like, one day while I was there.
Wow.
And I was there for, like, 5 days. And so I was just like, oh, man, what are we going to do? This sucks. So it was me and Riot Muse. Riot Muse is, like I said, my creative collaborator. She's responsible for everything visual. You see, I'm responsible for the music. A lot of people don't know. It just be me and her. People be thinking we have a whole production team. It's just me and her.
Okay.
Just two women
doing
getting
it for themselves.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
what's up.
2 black women making it
There you
happen.
go.
So, like, I'm telling you, like, hair, makeup, styling, holding reflectors, set, like, it's just us. Like, we build the sets ourselves a lot of time. And basically, we're there, and we're just like, all right, it's only so much content you could shoot. How we gonna make this music, dude? So basically, I end up hitting up a friend of mine, Josh Dean. Shout out Josh Dean. And Josh is amazing. He's an amazing, like, singer and songwriter, but he also is in Janelle Monáe's camp. He writes for Janelle and stuff like that. So I hit up Josh, and I'm like, Josh, what you doing tonight? We ain't got nothing to do. He's like, come to the studio. So I come to the studio, and at that time, I had already recorded the Roll Some Mo I Want You mashup.
Okay.
And I was just like, oh my God, who is this artist and who is the producer? D Mile, who produced Roll Some Mo for Lucky Day. And at that time, when I recorded that, those covers in DJ Mr. Rogers' house. And at that time, a lot of people didn't even know who Lucky was.
Yeah.
But I was like, nah, this sound is it. Like, because you know everything is cyclical in music.
Yeah.
So now people are using real instruments again.
Yes.
Back to it.
And yeah, we're back to like that. And so I was like, dang, this is what I'm on. Like, who is this producer? Who is this artist? That time Lucky probably had like 5,000 followers on Instagram. D Mile, like, he ain't know me, so I sent him a message. He didn't say shit. And so went out to LA.